balances are being questioned. It is important to build bridges between centers of stability, dialogue and responsibility. We need to step out of a bloc-based logic. There's no such thing as a collective West. There's no such thing as a global South. There are but nations who can dialogue for their mutual interests. And we are stronger together to defend international law, sovereignty for nations and peace. And it is also the first time in 35 years of existence that this Weimar format has a non-European guest. So that triangle formed by France, Germany and Poland is one of the main engines of a political Europe. And today we decided to open it to India because a major agreement between the EU and India is underway and will amount in the next few weeks in a summit on the 27th of January. And that will be a decisive point in the strategic rapprochement between our two bases. The last representative of the Weimar Triangle to take the floor today, and I'd like to underline what was said before by our colleagues. Of course, we would like to strengthen our cooperation with India, including in the field of security and defense. And we're very much hoping that a document to that effect can be signed on the occasion of the European Summit with India on the 27th of January. I hope that this will also enable to make closer India and European possessions regarding Ukraine. The relations between the European Union and such a strategic partner as India are very important to us. And I express my satisfaction regarding the reduction of import of Russian oil to India, because this is financing the war machine of Putin. So it is something that we can discuss further as well when I travel to India next week. It's important that we sign the trade partnership between the European Union and India as soon as possible. It covers some sensitive areas. And I would like to thank Minister Jaishankar for his willingness to show flexibility in on a number of matters, and thank you for this invitation to coming to Paris on this occasion. Thank you.
Now, where India is concerned, this is the first time that we are engaging in this format. And our discussions were largely centered on three issues: India-European Union relations, the Indo-Pacific, and the Ukraine conflict. One context for doing so is the deepening engagement that we have with Europe. It is reflected in a collective endeavor with Brussels, but it is also sustained by efforts from individual European member states. As these conversations advance and cooperation deepens, it is natural that we have smaller group interactions that support this larger direction, and I think that is what we see today. A second context is, of course, a world that is under churn. We have been witnessing for quite some years now that churn in the Indo-Pacific. Europe is going through its own challenging circumstances, many of which have strategic implications. But beyond that, there have also been overarching developments that could redefine the global order itself. We may be located in different parts of the world, but despite that, perhaps even because of that, it is extremely useful for us to exchange views regularly and to share assessments. Among India's major relationships, I believe that the one with the European Union and Europe, and obviously with its member states, has the most room to grow today. We have tremendous unrealized potential and many new areas to explore. It is appropriate that this format, which has brought us together, has three very important European partners. My discussions today leave me confident that they will support that effort to take India-Europe ties to the next level. At the end of the day, The world is moving in a multipolar direction. Factors and events that make it more volatile and uncertain also make a very powerful argument for deeper collaboration among those who are like-minded, those who have convergence, and those who have shared views. That is the exercise that has brought us together. And let me conclude once again by thanking my colleagues for what was a very, very useful evening. Let me just respond to the last question, which was, in a sense, you asked me, why did I come to Europe? I think it was a very conscious choice. It was a choice which reflected our belief that this relationship with Europe is really poised to grow to the next level. And when I look back, even at the last few weeks, we've had discussions within India on matters dealing with Europe, the FTA, technology issues, semiconductors, railways, defense, aviation, railways. So there's really, it's a very substantive relationship, much more that can be done. But other than that, I think there is a larger discussion today that the world needs about the global order. What kind of world do we want to live in? What would be the norms and the other related issues. And because I think Europe is such an important player in global politics, it's also necessary that India strengthen its relationship. I think we can bring more stability both into the international economy and global politics. And that really is why I'm here. I should add, by the way, as soon as I get back, that we would be expecting to welcome Chancellor Merz in India. And as I said, soon President Macron will be there. A number of other European leaders are also slated to visit India very shortly.